Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 9 Episode 2. Houston, we have a problem. So yeah, we're just gonna get on into it. It wasn't as thrilling as last week's episode, but it was, a lot went down. So we're gonna start with Darcy and Georgie. So, as we know, Darcy and Georgie are going to be going to Bulgaria to meet Georgie's family, and they're preparing for that. And last week when we saw them, they're also getting ready for Darcy and Stacy's 50th birthday party. So, preparations on that. Darcy and Stacy and Florian were in this episode, and they're preparing for the party. Georgie was late to the party because he had to work late. Come to find out, and Darcy did not know this, Georgie at his job has gotten a promotion. And I guess he's like the boss now. He originally, I guess, was the clerk or whatever, the front deskman or whatever. And now he got a promotion, but he didn't tell Darcy that. So when she mentioned that he got a promotion, she didn't seem excited, but he had it for a while. So at first I was just like, well, why isn't she excited for him? But then she said because he has had it for a while, so that's why he's going to be late. So regardless, she tried to brush it off, but it was still in the back of her mind. So Darcy and Stacey had their big 50th birthday party bash and everything. All their friends are there, and everybody's just lit and having a good time. And Georgie finally shows up and everything, and he didn't have his wedding band on. He said, like, when he's given at his job, if he's given a massage, I'm guessing he works in that kind of field, he's not supposed to have jewelry on, so he puts it in a place that he doesn't want to lose it. But he forgot to wear his wedding band to the party and stuff and everything. And Darcy's friends called it out on it and said that, well, you got these nice clothes and all this other stuff on, and you forgot your wedding band. Georgie has always been like a little shady with that stuff like that. I mean, I'm really surprised just in general that Darcy even took him back and that they got married in anyway. But it is what it is. So they're having their party, and then they say happy birthday, and then we seen Stacy and Florian like have like a big like makeout session and everything, and then everybody was begging for Darcy and Georgie to do so and everything, and theirs was minor, but Darcy's complaining, oh, I wish Georgie would be more affectionate to me. I see how Stacy and Florian do it, blah, blah, blah. And I think they just won. I just think they caught Stacy and Florian on a good day, because last time we seen Stacy and Florian, things weren't going well. So, and Florian surprisingly was in a good mood than he was the last time we saw him. Because remember, at the last resort tell-all, I was really hard on Florian, and rightfully so. But anyway, I ain't worried about him. But it's all about Darcy and Georgie. Another point that they were talking, Darcy talked to one of her friends and Georgie talked to one of his friends, is that, what was the point that was made last week is that when you go to Bulgaria, it's one of those conservative countries and stuff and everything. And, Georgie said that Darcy can't be dressing the way that she does and stuff and everything. So Darcy's really nervous about it, and she talked to one of Georgie's friend's wives about her trip to when she went to Bulgaria, and that wife told her that they're going to judge you, they're going to be all up your grill, up your business and everything. So you better just be prepared. You got to try to shut it down quick, because it's going to be tough. And Darcy was just like, man, Georgie wasn't lying then. So I can't wait to see this, because, everybody, loves Darcy and Stacy. I mean, on the surface, but I know they get a lot of heat on social media with their plastic surgery. But, other than Jesse, Tom, Georgie, and even Stacy, Darcy hasn't really been called out really much about her behavior. And there was even one time they put out in this episode that one of the times that Darcy and Georgie had broken up, I guess Georgie's mom messaged Darcy and said, like, how could you, do you have any compassion? How could you throw that guy out, like, right before Christmas or something? And she didn't respond to that. So I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds and stuff and everything. So, yeah. So, yeah, that was Darcy and Georgie. The next couple I want to talk is we got to re-meet in this episode, Tiger Lily and Adnan. Now, y'all know I am not a fan of neither one of them. I cannot stand Adnan, and I think Tiger Lily is just bougie as hell. So we've seen Tiger Lily, and okay, these timelines, and I'm gonna get to more timelines anyway when we get to Gina and Jasmine stuff. But these timelines are just so far off. When we last seen Tiger Lily and Adnan, it was at the before the 90 days tell-all. Tiger Lily had already had the baby at that point of that tell-all. Now they're showing that she's still pregnant, 6 months. She's still 6 months pregnant and everything. So like from when they filmed their before the 90 scenes, and then now they're happily ever after scenes, and then back to the before the 90-day tell-all. Like, I wish we could find out when everything was filmed, because these timelines are just all over the place. It just got me questioning things, because it's just like, man, the last time we saw her, she already had the baby, and now we're seeing her on a new spinoff back to 6 months pregnant months before. So I'm like, what in the world? But anyway, Tiger Lily, she was hanging out with remember her cruise squad, Dana and Cruz, her little glam squad. I guess Tiger Lily's moving to Montana. She's from Texas, but they're moving to Montana. They live in some kind of country cabin with the family and everything and stuff. And Tiger Lily was, she was weed whacking, and then she even got this bidet for Adnan and everything. And she was showing Dana and Cruz, and she pushed the button and water started splashing on them and everything. I thought that was funny. And, she even told Cruz that, what, this water is purified and filtered and everything. Is actually better than your bottled water. It probably tastes better than your bottled water. Yeah, that might be true, but I ain't taking that chance. Thank you, but thanks, but no thanks. So Tiger Lily had mentioned that, and they didn't talk about, during the tell-all when we saw Vay and Sunny have their conversations about converting the Muslim, and there was no conversation about Tiger Lily and Adnan doing it. Adnan said that Tiger Lily is a Christian. She believes in Jesus Christ and everything. And there was no talks about it. Well, Tiger Lily had mentioned in this episode that her and Adnan had been talking about it, and Adnan is now wanting her to convert to Islam, basically, or convert to Muslim, basically. And of course, she doesn't want to do it and everything. But he's been really, now pressing it, he really wants the baby to be Muslim. And she said she is fine, with the baby being the same religion as the father. She is fine with that, but she still doesn't want to convert. So we're going to have that conversation again. I'm so tired of that conversation with a lot of those couples about wanting to convert or not. I understand it's one way for the Muslim and the Islamic person, but it's just so draining every time these conversations come about. So anyway, so she said they've been arguing a lot about that. So, but nonetheless, he's preparing to come to America. Because remember when we first met them, they got married at first sight, basically. The moment she landed in Jordan, they went to the registers, to the courthouse, and got married. So yeah. So Tiger Lily drives to the airport all pregnant and everything. She has black balloon, wearing black, and has black balloons and stuff. Adnan arrives after a 27-hour flight and everything. And he gives her a hug and kiss, starts kissing her pregnant belly and everything and stuff and everything. And we get out to the car, and he wants to drive. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. He was like, oh, you're pregnant. You shouldn't be driving, basically. And I don't trust your driving. And she was like, aren't you tired? She's like, no. He was like, no, I'm not tired, and everything. This dude gets in the car. He runs through a freaking stop sign and everything. He almost wrecked out in the parking lot. I'm like, he's just starting right out the gate, like being controlling and everything. Like, I know what he probably meant, that he just wanted to let his pregnant wife rest, but right out the gate. And plus, he just got to America. How does he don't have an American driver's license yet. So how's he even allowed? He don't know nothing about these roads. Like, what in the world is he doing here? So yeah, it was just a long car ride back home and everything. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I do not like him. And I'm going to be saying that all season long, all 20 weeks when we cover this season. We got 20 more weeks to go this season. So, so yeah. I'm just not a fan. I really wish they would have brought back Niles and Matilda, not Tiger Lily and Adnan. But nonetheless, it's happily ever after. What do you expect? They always bring that to toxic couples. And speaking of toxic and timelines, let's talk freaking Gino and Jasmine. So Gino, as we know, is in Las Vegas meeting with this girl Natalie. They are hitting it up. They're on dates, and they're playing games. They're just having a good connection. Like, they're kissing. They weren't intimate. Gino wanted to be intimate. They weren't intimate and everything. But Natalie had asked, like, Gino, so, like, what's really going on with you and Jasmine? All I know is that you kicked her out. Like, she asked, like, well, when was the last time you were intimate? He said, like, it's been, like, just, like, shortly after they got married and everything. Like, so, like, what's, like, I don't understand, like, how did all this end up here? Gino had to finally reveal to Natalie that this is actually an open marriage thing. And Natalie she was really taken aback by it, and she was just like what, she really wanted. It felt like she really wanted to leave, but like she had to hear him out. Basically, I think if production wasn't there, she would have left. And so like Gina tells her that, like, we're in this open marriage. Like, Jasmine wanted it. I agreed to it because maybe I thought it would save our relationship, but like it's really not. Gino said that right now he actually can't stand Jasmine, that he hates her basically, but he still has love for her and doesn't really know like how this is going to end at this point basically. And Natalie said, basically said, listen, I do not want to be part of your little open marriage. If you want to see me again, because Gino said he does want to see Natalie again. If you want to see me again, Jasmine needs to know for sure that you have moved on and got closure and everything. Because, like, I do not want to be, like, the third person or part of this and everything. And rightfully so. I agree. I do agree with Natalie. Gino's just in a really, really complex situation right now. And it's really not fair. Meanwhile, so Gina did agree, and he respected her point of view with it, which I do too, and everything. But Jasmine. But the thing is, what she doesn't understand is that Jasmine has been taking this too far, even at this point. And so, like, he's just trying to, like, live his best life because he's just tired of the arguing, being around the complaining and all that good stuff. So meanwhile, we had Jasmine. She's hanging out with Gino's cousin's wife and everything. And, they're just hanging out and chilling and everything. And, like, the wife had said that, like, Jasmine made it clear at this point that she doesn't want she really wants to work it out with Gino. She doesn't even want to be in a relationship with Matt and everything. I mean, too late now, but she just said that she really wants to work it out in her marriage. And so Gino's cousin's wife had told Jasmine, well, I did hear that Gino is in Las Vegas. He met a girl online, and he's in Las Vegas to see her. Jasmine got really upset. He's like, "Who the heck does he think he is? This was not part of our agreement. The agreement was we were supposed to we were supposed to know the third party, and everything. And how is he gonna go up to Vegas and act like he's single and everything, and just starts crying and stuff and everything?" And I'm just like, Jasmine, like, like I see your point, and again, this is all before she got pregnant and before the last resort tell all and everything. But Jasmine took it too far. I would be doing the same thing if I was in that situation, because, like, she's coming home late. She's already screwing another dude anyway. Like, I only agreed to this just to make her happy, but it's really not making me happy. So now it's time for me to be happy. Basically, I did everything I can to make you happy and even let you be intimate with another dude. And then you're overstepping your boundaries. We had a fight. You're out the house, and now I'm about to go live my best life. Natalie even asked Gino, "Are you going to get divorced?" And he said that it's, at this point, it's still a recent. Haven't thought about it yet, but more than likely it's coming. But they're not divorced yet. We would know by now if they were. So, I mean, I don't have any sympathy for Jasmine right now. I don't. I just don't. So yeah. But I like this now. I like Gina and Natalie. I'm like, go ahead, Gina. I'm team Gina. Like, Gina, go live your best life. Go live your best life. You deserved it. And it was like this, like, when Gina and Jasmine first met and everything, and they were first, like, meeting in Panama and stuff and everything. Gina and Jasmine had this connection. That's why I liked them at first, because they had that connection and everything, and they were having fun, goofing off and everything. But then once, like, she got to America, even like slightly before, everything just went downhill, basically. So yeah, that was Gina and Jasmine. Next couple I want to talk is the sad couple, Kara and Guillermo. I feel so bad for them. I'm so sad about this couple. They went to this, like, little peach park or whatever, like, to pick out some peaches with their son and everything, just to try to have, like, a family day, just to forget about their problems and stuff. Looking for the bare necessities, simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your troubles. I mean them bare necessities. I was watching her scene. I was just thinking of the Jungle Book, thinking of the bare necessities song and everything. So Kara and Guillermo, like, they're having fun with their son. They even, for a slight moment, even held hands. Guillermo said they haven't even held hands in a long time because they've been fighting so much and everything. So one argument that they are having is that Kara is a singer. She's a, like, Bancha or a Lancha singer or whatever. She says she's performed in New Zealand, China, like basically all over the world, basically. And she has a good, and I guess, like, Guillermo hasn't been, like, at her shows that often and stuff. Guillermo said he likes her music, but he doesn't love her music. It's just not his style. And I get him on that. There's, like, a lot of music I was forced to listen to with previous partners that I just couldn't stand, but I had to, and they don't even like my music. So, like, nope. So, like, I don't try to find music with a common ground with somebody, because I know mine's different than some others and stuff and everything, or people who I would go after with. Luckily, with my girlfriend, I introduced her to my music and she loves it, and that's really rare. But I see Guillermo's point with it. But Kara said that she's inviting him to another show, and he said he wants to go, and he will go to support her and everything. Now, apparently, when Kara and Guillermo first started having problems, they went to a couples counseling, and Kara mentioned during the first session that the therapist said, like, I imagine you guys are here because you guys love each other and care for each other and want to work things out. And Kara said, yes, of course, duh, yeah. And Guillermo said, I don't know. When Guillermo said, I don't know, that really upset Kara, which I understand. she was like, and how could you say that and everything? I'm the mother of your kid and everything. Like, I love you. And then like, you could just say, I don't know, you hurt me. Like, like Yara said, he didn't really mean it like that way. And Kara said, like, it doesn't matter if you didn't mean it that way, or like you just said it in the heat of the moment because you're upset about something, you still said it. So, because Guillermo really wants them to go back to sleeping in the same bed together and everything. And Kara's just like, no, no sex, no nothing. I can't, like, it doesn't work overnight with that and everything. And that, knowing that you said that like that just really put a damper on things, basically. And doesn't really want to be around him and stuff and everything. So, like, Guillermo is trying, but I don't know, it's just, things just went down. I think right now, with Kara and Guillermo, they are on two different lives, going on two different lives where, like, that is not coexisting. Kara wants to travel the world with her music. Guillermo wants to be a pilot and everything, but they got a son, so they have to work that out. So I'm curious to see how it all plays out with them. Like I said, it's sad because it's sad. Like they were my favorite couple, one of my favorite couples, and it was sad. It's just sad to see this. So yeah, that was Kara and Guillermo. And the last couple I want to talk is, well, we have the triple couple, the crossover couple of Elizabeth and Andre, Lauren and Lexi, and Jovi and Yara. And we picked up where we left off last week when Lauren's friend Noga had flipped out on Andre and like called him an a-hole and stormed out because like the disagreements about him wanting to take Elizabeth and the family to move to Moldova and stuff. And so like Lauren, we picked up in this episode with Noga still flipping out. Lauren had to get up and go check on her friend and calm her friend down and everything. Like everybody else at the table is just like still like stunned on what they just happened. Like Jovi and Yara just like, what the heck? And Jovi and Yara was like, if someone talked like that to Jovi, she would be like, girl, you better watch out. I don't believe that for one bit. If someone was talking crap, going after Jovi like that, Yara would be thrilled about that. She would. I don't believe one bit that she would. I've never seen her defend Jovi once, not once. If someone was talking crap about Jovi, like she probably would be agreeing with them and everything. So I would like to see that, Yara. I'm sorry, I just don't believe you. Like I really don't. So Lauren comes back in and, she apologizes for how that escalated and everything. And everybody else is just like, okay, time's up. It's time for us to get out of here and stuff and everything. So Elizabeth and Andre, they're in the car talking, and like Elizabeth first wanted to ask Andre, like, what's with this ultimatum? And Andre had to say, well, it's really the language barrier or whatever. And she's like, language barrier or not, you don't need to be saying that to the guys, like stuff, because it just makes me look stupid and not know when I'm doing it and everything. And Elizabeth and Andre just like, are just like irritated with like Andre had said that, I think they're all jealous of because we're going to be moving to Moldova. I'm like, Elizabeth was like, why would they be jealous of that? Like, I wouldn't be jealous of that. Shit. It's y'all's life. Y'all do what y'all want and everything. But, Elizabeth did say, like, first things first, Noga, like, who the hell are you? You need to step back. Lauren is my friend, but she could have handled this a lot better. I agree, she could have handled it a lot better. We've seen Lauren talk about it with Alexi. Alexi's just like, it's just what Alexi is just like, I don't envy them, but Lauren just doesn't want to lose her friend. And that's understandable. But I think, like, them keep talking about it the way they are. And I think one of the rare times I'll say this, that's probably producers egging a situation on and stuff. Y'all know me. I don't like to pull the scripted produced thing a lot. But some things I think are just produced, basically, and everything. So Elizabeth and Andre, like, I don't know. I really don't know. Lauren and Alexi, Lauren made, but my opinion with that, Lauren was 100% right with her theory and everything, but it did come off a little too harsh, like they were like judging them because of that and stuff, and that's where Elizabeth felt like in that moment. So yeah. So yeah, that was basically it. We still haven't seen Brandon and Julia yet. Um, yeah, it was an interesting episode. I think next week we'll see Gina and Jasmine reunite and talk about some things. We'll see more Kara and Guillermo and their disagreements. We'll see and then we'll see Lauren apologize to Elizabeth and Andre about that dinner, because it was funny. Jovi and Gar and Elizabeth and Andre said that was like the worst housewarming party I've ever been to. And I agree, it was. But yeah, anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. Before I go, I would just want to thank all of my new subscribers. We've gotten in the last couple of days, like a lot of subscribers. We're close to that 100 subscriber mark, so please share this video with a friend or two and everything. Have them subscribe to this channel. We are growing, we are growing, we are growing, and I thank you all for your love and support and everything and helping this channel grow. I'm going to try to put out more content, and I'm actually in perfect timing. 90 Day UK came out, and I never covered 90 Day UK before because, just based on how, it's just all over the place. They go from one couple, and then for a couple minutes, and then go to another couple, and then back to the other couple, and, it's just not a good structure on how the USA version does it. So, but I'm going to try, throughout the week to do 90 Day UK. The first 3 episodes are on Discovery Plus and Max and everything. So I'm going to watch that throughout the week, and then I'll come back to you guys to do that. But I will be back on tomorrow or Tuesday to recap 90 Day Hunt for Love. I decided I'm going to I'm going to watch Between the Sheets before I do my interview instead of after my recap. I'm sorry, not my interview, because I get more tea from Between the Sheets, and last couple of weeks it has I missed some things, so be on the lookout for that. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.